Hi, I'm Simon Rose, co-founder of Reference Point Therapy, and I'd like to take a few minutes to explain to you about our level 2 technique because it is very different from what you've seen before. I received some emails from some of you who watched the videos of our level 1 technique demonstrations, and you wrote in to say, isn't that what we're already doing? Doesn't that look very similar to our existing techniques? Thank you for those emails, and I acknowledge the point you're making. In some respects, all healing techniques look the same because all basic healing techniques have this idea of starting with a problem and getting it back to its beginning. So it doesn't really matter what healing technique you do, they all have that in common. We have a list of problems and we try to, for each of those problems, find what the beginning is. Some people believe that that beginning is to do with your beliefs, so they change beliefs. And other people believe that the beginning of your problem is to do with your chakras. So for example, if the person does Reiki, they're looking at blocked chakras and clearing negativity. Every different technique will have a different answer. So whether they're changing beliefs or clearing energy or whatever they're doing, they're starting with a problem and finding the beginning. That is how most healing techniques work, and that includes our level 1 or basic reference point therapy. So I know a couple of you said reference point therapy looks a bit similar to what we do. That is true in that all healing techniques have that in common. Start with a problem, find a solution. I acknowledge that. And now I'm excited to talk to you about something completely different. I want to give you new information about a different way of doing healings. Instead of starting from a problem and finding the origin, and of course every problem different origins, I could show you how to start at the origin and clear all your problems. In other words, I now have the information to turn healing work upside down. You can work backwards. Why is that so important? You see, the reality is that people have hundreds or thousands of different problems. For example, if you just think about different health issues or money issues, you could make a list of hundreds of different things. Or if you made a list of your negative beliefs, you could probably make a list of 1,000 or many thousand negative beliefs, and to clear them, you really want to get to the beginning, the origin of every single one of them. That will take you years and years and years of work. And that is why people doing all the different healing techniques are working on themselves every day or every week for many, many years, and they're still not gotten very much better. So I want to tell you how to do it the other way around. You see, from our research, we know where most of our problems start from. So all I need to do is guide you back to the beginning of the problems, and if you clear it there in the beginning, the symptoms disappear. So if I know where things start, you can clear many of the diseases, abundance blocks, personal problems very, very quickly without really having to do anything. Well, you might be wondering, where do these problems come from? What does Simon know that's so important? Well, in our level 2 technique, which is our practitioner technique, it's the one that we actually use with our clients. In that technique, we use what's called the key developmental events model. It's a psychological model that says the key events that made us. They're talking about our conception, the way that a sperm fertilized an egg, and the key things that happened in the womb. Those things create all of the aspects of our health and personality. So instead of having to go through everything that happened in our life, instead of talking about our childhood, all I need to do is to guide you through the story of the sperm and the egg, to guide you through the story of where we come from, and you clear most and sometimes all of your problems. This is what I actually do with my clients. So if you were to book a reference point therapy session with me, I will go through this process with you, and it takes a while. For me to teach it to you takes 3 days, and to do it one-on-one takes at least 2 or 3 hours to go through these key developmental events. So this is our real instant healing technique because we don't have to talk about our problems anymore. I don't ask you for personal information. I don't ask you about your story. I just take you to the beginning and we clear it. So some of you are wondering why I don't put demonstrations of this on my website. We made a decision to show the level 1 technique on our website and really to give you a lot of that information for free because it's very simple and very safe. The level 2 technique is so advanced, we're the only ones in the world teaching this information at the moment. that it's a little more complicated. I really need to guide you through it. It does take 3 full days to be guided through all those steps safely. In order for you to get the most out of reference point therapy, to know the basic technique, which is level 1, and then the instant healing technique, which clears things without even talking about them, now I recommend you to do the combined level 1 and 2 courses. That way you have the complete practitioner training and you know how to clear an individual problem quickly with the level 1 technique and how to clear most of a person's problems without talking about them. That's the level 2 technique. And they work perfectly together as a combined unit to give you instant healings and lasting results. So I hope to see you on our next reference point therapy level 1 and level 2 courses.